Tina, it's all yours now.
Yes, I'm here. Hello, everybody. Thank you for your joining webinar, and thanks for your joining to RVTech, Richway Rubber Recycling Technologies Company. This is my presentation for green rubber recycling technologies. Firstly, I wanted to have a brief introduction of our company about RVTech. Richway Rubber Technology Company is committed to working on green rubber recycling technologies for 20 years. We are expert member of Rubber Professional Committee of China Chemical Industry Association, a member of China Rubber Industry Association and China Tire Recycling Association. We have a specialized scientific research department. It has successfully obtained 25 patents related to additives and equipment in the field of waste rubber recycling, including nitro and latex rubber gloves, recycling equipment and additives, butyl inner tube and tire rubber powder extrusion recycling process, butyl rubber bottle stopper recycling process, normal temperature, and fine rubber powder crushing process. Now, RVTech have workshop, warehouse, and offices for 4,500 square meters and a full range of test equipment and inspection equipment, which support us to provide full solutions of rubber recycling for all of our customers. And let me have a brief introduction of the leader. The leader, Mr. Ma, is the founder of RVTech. He is the chief engineer, director of China Rubber Industrial Association, China Tire Retreating and Recycling Association, and he is also the team leader of China Tire Retreating Association. And he published his own book named Waste Tires and Its Recycling. And sometimes he translated into American book named Rubber Recycling and published in China magazines. The main products of RVTech is rubber recycling additives, which we divided them into two series according to the curing system of the rubber products. The first one is RV series. It works for sulfur vulcanized NR, BR, SBR, EPDM, and mostly all kinds of sulfur vulcanized rubber waste. And RDS series is for non-sulfur vulcanized rubber. And sometimes we have fluoro rubber recycling additives, Silicon rubber recycling additive, ACM rubber recycling chemicals, and latex rubber gloves recycling chemicals, nitro rubber recycling chemicals, or nitro gloves rubber recycling. And the second series of our main products is the rubber processing additives, which including the rubber dispersant, rubber flowable additives, rubber internal releasing additives, and also the rubber recycling equipment, rubber recycling technique, and the green reclaimed rubber. And what kinds of customers we are always servicing for? Our customers have nitro rubber gloves manufacturers, latex rubber gloves manufacturers, shoes producers, rubber seals and gaskets suppliers, rubber rollers manufacturers, yoga mat rubber producers, and rubber conveyor manufacturers, medical disposable rubber products, butyl rubber stopper manufacturers, some waterproof materials manufacturers, asphalt modifiers, and tire retreating manufacturers, solid tire manufacturers, and also the build tire inner tubes factories, EPDM rubber products. Now we can see the rubber waste, which including some shoe soles, some semi-formed flip-flops, some disposable medical use rubber mats or rubber bands, or some rubber stoppers, scraps, and also the nitrile rubber gloves and latex rubber gloves. And also the semi-formed yoga mats or rubber mats, some inner tube, the tire rubber powder, with the tires. Arvitec green rubber recycling technologies engage to recycle the rubber waste by two kinds of applications. First one is devulcanized rubber. It's working for rubber recycling solutions for rubber products manufacturers who can reuse their rubber scraps or waste rubber again to replace some parts of the raw rubber compounds when they produce new rubber products. And the second is the reclaimed rubber. It's for the production of the related rubber products. So now let's come to the first rubber recycling technologies, which named devulcanized rubber production process. The rubber recycling technique is with normal temperature and pressure, and this is the simple drawing of the whole process. You can see the rubber scraps, and we will put the rubber scraps directly on the mills and then mix with our chemicals, and finally we refining it and finally get the finished products as rubber compounds. And when we produce new rubber products, we can reuse it as raw rubber compounds. This is the simple drawing of the whole process. And then we go to the Let me have a brief introduction of the materials. The raw materials of this technique will be rubber waste in scraps or powder form. And Arvitec will provide special rubber recycling equipment, which including the two-row mills with special design, and also the auto conveyors. And also sometimes we will provide rubber recycling additives. The finished products will be recycled rubber compounds, which can be used to replace 10 to 60% of the raw rubber compounds. This is the recycling equipment, which including the auto conveyor and the special designed two-row mills to crush the rubber scraps. Principle of Arvitec technique is to reduce the bond energy of sulfur-to-sulfur cross-linking bond, unite the sulfur-to-sulfur cross-linking bond effectively within a short time without destroying sulfur-to-carbon bond and the carbon-to-carbon bond, thus make waste rubber restore its activity. Arvitec will provide the RE chemical functions and also the mills shearing stress to help to rebuild the sulfur bond or carbon bonds. So finally we finish the recycle process under normal temperature. Advantages of Arvitec is the processing time is very short, and the work can be finished on the mills in only 10 to 15 minutes. The rubber recycled by RV recycling additives can be vulcanized without any vulcanizing additives or accelerators. It can be restored to 50 to 85% of the raw rubber properties. The process is completely without any air pollution or water pollution. Our recycled rubber products are completely odorless, tasteless, and are widely used with high value, which can be used in the production of self-rising rubber powder at normal temperature and can also be used in modified asphalt rubber, as well as rubber modified plastic and so on. Now let's see the first video together. This is the butyl rubber stopper recycling process by the normal temperature and pressure. It's the first technology.
Okay, Tina, let me help you here.
Okay, thank you. You can see you can put the rubber stopper scraps directly on the mills, and we will minimum the roller gap during the process to provide the strong shearing force to crush the rubber scraps directly into powder form, and then we will mix the chemicals on the mills. The whole process will finish in 10 to 15 minutes, and finally we get smooth rubber sheet, and then we finish the whole process. The finished products will be recycled rubber compounds, and when we produce new rubber products, we can use it as to replace parts of the raw rubber compounds. This is the finished products, butyl reclaimed rubber. Okay, now this is the second video, which we show here is tire rubber powder devulcanized process. Normally we use tire rubber powder for 20 to 40 meshes. We can also put the tire rubber powder directly on the mills and then mix with the rubber recycling additives. After milling for 10 to 15 minutes, we will get the recycled rubber compounds. In the process, Arvitec is providing mechanical and chemical recycling. There are two key points of the whole process. The first one is we should keep the roller gap minimum to 0.2 or to 0.5 micrometers. This is the finished green recycled rubber compounds. Okay, this one is for some rubber products scraps. For example, this is EPDM rubber seals scraps, and we can also recycle them into EPDM rubber compounds. This is RV recycling chemicals. We will put the rubber seals directly on the two-row mills. Firstly, crush them into powder form and then mix with our chemicals. And we keep the roller gap minimally to get smooth rubber sheet till we get smoothly rubber sheet, and then we finish the whole process. And we get the recycled EPDM rubber compounds. And when we produce new EPDM rubber compounds, we can mix the recycled rubber compounds by 10 to 60% of the raw rubber compounds. and without adding more rubber accelerators or other chemicals and vulcanizing them directly. So from this technique, we can save your rubber compounds cost, and same times we can solve your waste rubber scraps problems during your productions. Now we are coming to waste Acisa Babylon scraps recycling process. This is a kind of medical use rubber scraps. And we can reuse it also into high quality reclaimed rubber. This is our intelligent refining mills, especially designed for rubber recycling. We can feed the rubber scraps directly on the mills, and it will convey automatically, and the whole process will be controlled by PLC screen. First, the crush and mixing with chemicals, and then milling and refining till we get smooth rubber sheet, and then we finish the whole process. And the final reclaimed products is reclaimed rubber, which can be used to produce new rubber products. And now we are coming to another process is for scotched rubber. Some of the rubber compounds manufacturers will have scotched rubber during their production, and we can also recycle it into new rubber compounds. This is the special rubber recycling additives for scotched rubber. And we also will crush the scotched rubber into powder form, and then we mix with the chemicals on the mills. Minimum the roller gap, and then keep the roller cooling down, and then sheeting and refining until we get the smooth rubber sheet, and we finish the process. This is the finished products. It's recycled rubber compounds, so it restores the activities of the rubber compounds, which can be used again when we make new rubber compounds.